Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having an Aquarius Sun in a natal chart. Now, first off, what I want to state is that some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the sun signs, and they were a little bit concise, and some people may have referred to them as snappy. So, what I decided to do was another series on the sun signs in which they would be videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, the first thing up is, as far as the sun in astrology goes, the sun is connected with our basic fundamental character. And Aquarius sun people, as far as their basic character goes, can be altruistic, selfless. Aquarius people are often involved in selfless giving to others, and they're not worried much about reciprocation or anything in return. They're often considerate. It can be a little bit eccentric and maybe unobtrusive as well. Remember that Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo, where Leo tends to be more flamboyant and more about doing things that are attention seeking. Aquarius people often just want to blend in with the group, and they're not as so much concerned regarding the spotlight. Excuse me. Aquarius sun people, though, can have a rebellious streak as well, but can be very ingenious. They often come up with innovative ideas and new methods of doing things. They can also be, very in terms of their when they explain things, they often have good literary ability, as the air signs collectively can be very eloquent. They can be very perspicacious and be able to make themselves readily understood. The reasoning power is generally stellar. Um, they can be inspirational and very progressive. Aquarius is about being futuristic and forward moving. They're not ones, to lament on, things of the past. The past hurts. They want to move behind, put them behind and constantly want to move forward. So that is where, as far as the basic character goes, those are some things that are associated with it for Aquarius. Now, Aquarius as well, the sun in astrology is connected with our focus and attention. So Aquarius sun people may put a lot of their focus and attention on attaining their goals, aspirations, their objectives, um, innovation. Again, Aquarius can be very ingenious. They often have ideas that are well ahead of their time. The focus can be on their friendships. They may often care more about their friends, than they even show for themselves at times. And Aquarians also can be humanitarian. They're often, again, Aquarius people can often be very altruistic and selfless, and there may be a strong focus on humanitarian endeavors. Some of you may remember the late Steve McNair. He was a popular NFL quarterback, and he played the majority of his career with the Tennessee Titans, and he was somebody that was involved in humanitarian endeavors, and he had his son Aquarius. Now, another thing too is that the focus for Aquarius, continuing with that, is that it may be on doing things that are unorthodox or in an unorthodox or unconventional manner. They're about the future and even human rights. You could find Aquarius, some people often being like human rights activists and advocates or what have you. The sun in astrology is also associated with our drive and motivation. So Aquarius sun people, their drive and motivation may just simply be being that universal friend. They could be detached. So what it is Aquarius can often be that universal friend, but they're very hard to actually truly know, because they generally don't form close connections with others. And the drive and motivation for Aquarius sun people can also be about helping humanity and having their freedom and independence. independence. Aquarius people often want to have that independence, that freedom to do what they want to do when they want to do it. It's not that they couldn't be good subordinate workers, but what they are is they, in a subordinate role, Aquarius, some people may often want to, have their freedom, have some freedom to some degree to do things when they want to do them. And another thing too is that when you look at Aquarius, Sun people, as far as the drive and motivation goes, it can also be about just deviating from what the norm is, because they are often, they have a strong desire to be unique and to be different, and they may be driven and motivated to do things that a lot of other people wouldn't. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. There was someone named Nick Walenda or a name that sounds similar to that. And he became, I believe, that first person to tightrope over the Grand Canyon with no netting. Um, he, and he's a Sun in Aquarius, and they're the ones that will often do those things, unusual things that a lot of other people may be afraid to do. And Aquarius, some people are often driven and motivated toward reform. They often have a reforming urge. So anyway, well, the another thing about the Sun astrology, it's associated with what or how we may shine. And Aquarius, some people may often shine in matters connected with their goals in general, their aspirations and their objectives. And also in matters with their friends. It could be just being that universal friend, standing out for having a number of friends. I had a former friend of mine that was, has an Aquarius Sun. I remember like in middle school and high school, he seemed like he constantly had people around him, and he was somebody that, did not have any problems in connecting with others and making friendships. And also, too, Aquarius, some people may often shine in doing something, with it could be groups, clubs, organizations, and just group-related endeavors in general. And more specifically, as far as specific topics and subjects that are connected with Aquarius, it could be doing something with computers, astrology, aviation, innovation, meteorology, astronomy as some examples, tech labs. It could be by providing tech labs to, say, inner city schools, to go into the schools with them that are with kids that are more unfortunate and have limited resources. Another thing connected with the Sun is our creative energy. So Aquarius, some people may inject a lot of that creative energy. It could be into groups, clubs, organizations, the internet, so people they know on the internet, social media. It could be and doing something with the environment. Um, it could be doing something with computers or astrology, as some other examples. Electronics. Uh, and just and for or it could be something with meteorology, aviation, as some examples. The environment thing. I think of that global. Some of you may have seen that global environmental computer. It's something like that as far as creative energy. Can go for Aquarius, and also the Sun astrology is associated with our life. And for Aquarius people, Sun people, there might be a life of selflessness, altruism, humanitarianism, also one which they exude a lot of friendliness toward others, again, being that universal friend. It could be one in which they're often involved in selfless giving and not conforming to the norm. Basically, it's about having their life could be such where they have the freedom to be where they want, when they want to be, do what they want when they want to do it. It's not about being hemmed in, by others. And another thing too is the Sun in astrology has a connection with the physical body. Now, the ascendant is what dominates the physical body in appearance, but the sun can play a role in the physical body as well. Aquarius Sun people may be, tall in stature, have a long face, have light complexion, sandy or light brown hair. Could often be, very strongly built, whether it's a strong, stocky build or just very thin and very wiry. But keep in mind, you've got to look for contraindicators and modifying influences in the chart, because somebody, say, with an Aquarius Sun, and let's say their ascendant is in Cancer, they may be at least a little bit shorter than the typical Aquarius Sun. And another thing too is that the body parts connected with Aquarius include the shins, the ankles, the calves, and the nerves. So Aquarius Sun people may have some issues with one or more of what I just described, body parts connected with the sign. Now, also too, the sun in astrology is associated with the biological father and children. So, Aquarius Sun people, they may have their biological father and at least one child may actually have an Aquarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or simply embody Aquarius characteristics. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying, stay well.